Hey everyone, and I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit more about chest rolls. They are also known as body rolls, but those also require rolling across the back or honestly in any place of the body. Today, like I said, we're going to be focusing more on rolling the hoop across the chest. There are a couple different variations of those, and I'm going to show you these real quick and show you what you're going to be learning today. Now, as you can see, a couple of those are more at angles, and the other one is more at a horizontal angle. The one on the horizontal plane I have taught in a previous video, but I've learned a couple techniques that I think are really going to help you with your rolls. There's the average move that a lot of people see as known as roll or walk the dog. It's the one where we kind of backlash the hoop, and everyone hates doing that because it rips up your hoop or whatever. But if you don't do that move on the ground, it can really help with your rolls. So if you kind of work on understanding how to create that same kind of walk the dog move, but in mid-air, the hoop will kind of skid across your hand. You can kind of see it stall there for a second. So that's the kind of movement you want to make with your hoop. So when you're coming to do the roll, a lot of the roll is illusion, and the other half, like I'm going to say 25% of it is illusion and 75% is method. So you really want to make sure when you're doing the roll, I see a lot of people do this where they roll across and they grab about right here and then they move on through their move. What makes a chest roll really vibrant is opening up the body and really making sure that hoop is going from point A to point B. So when you're starting the hoop, you want to make sure you're coming inwards towards your body with hoop going in a very, very straight plane. Practice by opening up your arms and trying to extend your hands out like this. Sometimes it can be a little hard, but once you kind of understand doing this, it'll get you in perfect position to move into your roll. Now, the other mistake I see a lot of people make is when they're doing the roll, they try to look at the hoop. What you want to do is really make sure you open up and lean back. So you're creating a vertical plane or a horizontal plane for your body to move, or for the hoop to move across. Because if you don't, then the hoop's going to go out of whack, unless you're trying to do some sort of vertical variation of the roll. So when you're coming into that, back to the kind of walk the dog move, when you're into this move, practice just trying to whip the hoop across and catch it like this. Just a couple times. Let the hoop slide in your hand so you understand how that works. Now once you get that, much like the walk the dog, it kind of stalls and then it comes back. So it's going to be a lot like that. It's going to kind of help the hoop move on its own, as well as you giving it a nudge to move. So it's kind of like two variations of moving the hoop. So it really creates a really nice, line across your body. So I'm kind of doing that, opening up, leaning back, not looking at the hoop, doing the walk the dog, and letting it roll across the body. So it's not just going to be you tossing it across, but you're literally letting the hoop move on its own across your body, which creates a really nice, smooth movement. Now, understanding the walk the dog is what's going to really help you grasp those kind of eagle-like rolls. You can see Beth Lavender and Brecken Rivera and Tiana doing a lot of those in their flow. So if you want to check them out, I'll link some of their videos below of those moves if you want to get a more vivid idea of what those moves are like. So the one starting from below, it's going to be like this. It's moving from here to here. And what you're going to do is a backwards weave. And with any of my tutorials for the more advanced ones, if I say backwards weave or chest hooping or anything like that, please understand those moves before you move forward into these. They really do help understanding the bread and butter before you start adding up all the good stuff. So, not that like the bread and butter isn't the good stuff, but you know what I mean. So you're going to be doing a backwards weave, and then when the hoop is in front of your body, it's going to come under, and you're going to flip it under your pinky. And like I said with the illusion, create that plane you want the hoop to move across. And then when the hoop comes through, you're going to flick the hoop up into this hand. The thing about this roll is it is more of an illusion. It will kind of graze your body, but it's more of kind of tossing the hoop from here to here, but in kind of a roll-like manner. So once again, we're going under the pinky, flipping, it kind of grazes my chest, and you grab it from there. Now grabbing the hoop with any of these roll moves is going to be however feels most comfortable for you. For me, I like to kind of hook the hoop into my elbow. So as it comes to my hand, I'm kind of hooking it between here and here, as you can see. And that gives me a good place to continue any movement. So once again, now that tuck move is going to be the same thing for this movement. So I'm under the pinky, and I'm the exact same thing as I would be here, but instead I'm at this vertical movement. Now, for the other one, it's going to require a toss. This one's a little bit more advanced, but if those two moves understood pretty clearly to you, then you should be able to grasp onto this pretty easily. What you want to practice is tossing the hoop with your leading hand, and when you toss it, you're going to kind of backlash it, just like that walk the dog. You really like that walk the dog when it comes to rolls. So try doing that. And if you notice, when you kind of lightly grasp the hoop, it'll kind of roll in your hand. So when you're doing that, just practice in a low toss. And what you're going to do is create that path once again. Make sure you're always opening up ahead of time before the hoop is going to contact you, and it will nicely roll down your arm. So walk the dog, down the arm. Same way with catching it. So what's really cool about doing that is that you can really slow down any of your rolls, because walking the dog really depends on how much kind of a backlash you give it. I really hope this helps you guys today. If it didn't, or you need any help with anything, please, please, please be sure to comment down below. Give me some sort of video response. Give me anything you can in order to help me help you. And if it did help you, be sure to give this a thumbs up and let me know so I can create further tutorials with any requests in the comments below. Have a great day. Bye.